Hey guys, welcome to Upstate Garage. If your CF Moto is running rough or it's losing power, fuel filter can be the problem. In this quick video, I'll show you how to change the fuel filter so you can save money and keep your ATV running smooth. Hit that subscribe button for more repair tips and projects, and let's get right into replacing this fuel filter. All right, before we get started today, we're going to go through a few of the tools we might need while we do this job. Of course, we need a new fuel filter. I got a couple of hose clamps to replace the ones that we're going to cut off. The original fuel filter that's on it has pinch clamps on it, so we will have to use some snips to cut them off. I've got a flathead and a bit driver, screwdriver to tighten these hose clamps down. And I also have a panel clip remover. I've always referred to these as a cat's claw. This makes it a lot easier and you can reuse the clips that you take off. Also have a pair of channel locks here just in case we need them. All right, so the first thing we're going to do to get access to this fuel filter is we're going to have to remove the seat. It has a clip in the back. You just lift it off. All right, we need to remove this cowling around this fuel tank. And in order to remove it, you have 4 of these push clips, 1, 2, one in the front here and one in the front here. So let's get to removing those. And you just ease your cat's claw under the top piece, pop it loose. Should pop right out. All right. All right, with all 4 clips removed, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the fuel cap so that it can slide over the top of it. All right, you just lift up, slide out, and the cowling is removed. I'm going to go ahead and put the fuel cap back over the fuel tank so we don't have to worry about getting anything in our fuel system. The fuel filter sits right here. You can slide it out of its little bracket to have more access to move it around. It's got these 2 little pinch clamps here. I don't have any pinch clamps, and there's nowhere locally that sold any, so I'm just going to snip these off. These pinch clamps are stainless steel, so they're a little hard to cut through. All right, with the pinch clamps cut, I'm going to use these channel locks I have to grab a hold of these old clamps and peel them off. You have to be careful with these old clamps. Cutting them with those snips, as I did, could leave some sharp edges and make it easy to cut yourself with. Pinch clamps are removed. I'm going to go ahead and take this flat screwdriver I got, and I'm going to pry off this fuel line right here. If your fuel filter's been on there quite a while like mine has, it might be difficult for you to get it loose. I got one side loose. I'm going to go ahead and drain the fuel out of this in a pan I have. That way we're not spilling gasoline everywhere. I'm going to continue using these channel locks to try to break this loose. And there it is. All right, there it is. We have the filter off, and we have this new filter here. You have to be careful how you install these filters in these systems. They are directional filters. There's an in and an out. And if you put it in backwards, you may not get adequate flow. So before we put this filter in, let's go ahead and push our hose clamps on there. Don't want to forget those. All right, this is the outlet. And it's on. This is the inlet. And I'm going to lift this tab up that holds it and slide it back into place. All right, I slid my hose clamps into a position where they will not affect the cowling. I went ahead and bought stainless hose clamps since we're on a fuel service. And you want to be careful when you're dealing with these hose clamps, and you don't want to over tighten them and risk cutting your fuel line. All right, it's easy as that. The new fuel filter's installed, and let's turn the key on and use the fuel pump and prime this injector. Okay, I like to do that 5 times, just the way we make sure that it's primed. We're still probably going to have a little bit of air in the system, and we're probably going to turn over a few times before we start up. So let's try it out. And there it is, new fuel filter installed. Let's get ready to put the cowling back on the four-wheeler. We'll remove the fuel cap so we can get the cowling slid into place. We're going to carefully slide the cowling down, and it should just pop right into place. You've got some directional tabs here below the screen that it fits into slots. With the cowling back in place, I'm going to go ahead and put the fuel cap back on, and we'll get ready to put these clips back in their place. You just push the clips in and snap them down. All right, the cowling is all in place, and secured where it should be. I'm going to remove my tools from the four-wheeler. We'll go ahead and snap the seat back in place. There you have it. New fuel filter on your ATV. Quick and easy job. And that's it. Your ATV has a brand new fuel filter and it's ready to hit the trails again. Thanks again for hanging out here at Upstate Garage. And if this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more repairs, DIY maintenance, and outdoor projects. And if you've got a question or a story from your own garage, drop it in the comments. I'll check out every single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.